Hello and welcome to another video, this time featuring the Yamaha MT-07, which is owned by my wife. And today what we're going to do is we're going to install the Innovv K7 dashcam system for motorcycles. Now what this does is it provides a front and a rear camera that records the whole time whilst you're riding your motorcycle. It also has some added security features like filming when the bike gets knocked or moved when it's stationary. I've decided to install it on my wife's motorbike because I feel like she may be a vulnerable rider when she's out on her own. And if she does come into an unfortunate situation when she has an accident or someone tries to steal a motorcycle, she at least has that added security to see what happened. And it isn't just word of mouth. But with this Innovv that's been sent to me by Innovv for review, it means that hopefully, if the worst case scenario happens, she's at least got this for a backup. So the plan of action is to get it out on the bench, do a bit of an unboxing, and then we'll fit it to the bike and we'll take it out for a test ride and see how good it looks. Again, this is a great little device. I'm really chuffed that Innovv decided to send this to me for review. So hopefully it'll be a great addition to the Yamaha MT-07. Stick around, find out.
Tom Stacey.
And here it is, the Innovv K7, and in the box you're going to get basically what is on the screen, on the front of the box: the control unit, the remote control, GPS, 2 cameras. Let's have a look. So you've got a nice box. Take this out. And then you have, like I said, you've got the control unit, which records all of your video and everything else. GPS unit, remote control, and 2 cameras. Pull this out, and then we are left with an awful lot of cables. So there's one camera, another camera. Now, does that look like one has more than the other? The control box with every single cable you can imagine. They're normally color coded. So for example, red to red, and that's orange, so orange to orange. So you know what camera goes in where. There's your remote control, again color coded to correspond on the control unit, and the GPS unit, again color coded. And these are the mounts. Let's have a look. So you actually have a microphone if you want to use that with it as well. Now that'd be interesting to see whether we can mount that on the bike somewhere properly as well. Some 3M sticky pads might be handy. Some actual proper brackets. We are going to have to work out something on the MT-07 because it's going to be a bit of a fiddle to fit because it's such a minimalist bike. There's not a lot of fitting room. We'll see how that goes. More brackets of different types. It's quite a lot of brackets, which is pretty good. Let's have a look at this one. And this isn't mounts, this is cables. So this obviously connects to the battery supply. As you can see here, positive and negative, and then you've got your live switch as well, and lots of instructions. But we're going to fit that on a bike together anyway. A couple of stickers, power sports camera systems. So yes, lovely. What we're going to do is we get this all on the bike, and hopefully it'll be pretty straightforward. One of these things I've learned is they look really daunting with all the cables, but once you've got it on the bike and you've mounted it, it's not too bad. So let's see if we can get it fitted to Yamaha MT-07. So the first part is to remove this seat. You've got to remove these 2 screws underneath the seat here, a bit fiddly. And that's the seat removed. And we need to move that seat as well. And I'm hoping that this will be the area where we put the controller unit for the cameras. So the first part we need to remove is this. I believe just a single bolt. And it just pops off like that. And then we need to remove these bolts here. These are Allen bolts there as well. I think we need to move this bolt here as well. They're all the same bolts, so it shouldn't matter how they go back. Need to move this one as well. That is a different bolt, so we need to remember that. I believe we need to remove this one here. Okay, so once all of the screws are removed, there's a plastic rivet down here as well you need to pop out. Then the whole thing just should pop off. He says. pull up from the bottom. It sounds horrendous because it's just plastic. And then that reveals the left-hand side of the bike. Okay, so now we have all the plastics off. What I've done is I've roughly run all the cables just so I know where they're going to go. I haven't done the rear yet because I'm not sure 100% where the camera is going to go. So this is the control unit. The control unit will sit here under the pillion seat. You get some 3M tape for that. And then the cables for the GPS, the control unit and the front camera run along here, through here. You get focus. Under the tank. And to here, and then I need to work out where I'm going to put the front facing camera. Okay, so I just connected a few cables up, and just to show you, the first cable here, this one, that connects to the front camera. The next one connects to the rear, and then the rest of them are all color coded. So it's pretty straightforward, and you just got this cool little bezel system to tighten up against. You can see blue there as well. For, can't remember what one that's for. I think that is, the blue one is power. I believe, yes, power. So they're all connected up. The only one I've got to connect up is rear camera and the microphone. So I'll do them afterwards once I've got all these routed through and connected securely. I now took some time to route the cables neatly and tidily down the left-hand side of the bike, making sure that I avoid anything like hot parts like the engine and the rectifier. Otherwise it could be a nasty surprise later on. Just take your time here, make sure everything's routed through and correctly mounted. We have the front camera now mounted in the bracket. I think this is the best place for it. It's actually mounted on the headlight bracket under here with one of those L-shaped brackets that you get, and I had to bend it a little bit to make it as level as possible with the road. So hopefully that's a pretty good fit. So far looks pretty good. Next job is to fit the control unit, which basically has an L bracket again, connecting to where your mirrors would be. Now, of course, we've got blanking plates where these mirrors would be. I'm hoping it's going to be tight enough. And then that just mounts on like so. Now I'm going to bring that up underneath so the cables can go down where the existing cables go. I've just got to tighten that up. Okay, so that's the control unit mounted. I think that looks quite neat on the front there. Within easy reach of the controls. So now all we'll have to do is mount the rear camera and then probably think about getting the battery connected. So next up, I'm just going to mount this GPS unit, and I think I'm just going to mount it down here under the screen. There's a perfect little place for it to go. So to mount the GPS unit, it just comes with some 3M tape that just goes on the bottom of the GPS unit like so. And I've already given the cowling down here a bit of a rub with some alcohol just to clear it up. So we'll mount that on, making sure it's nice and central. So you can see the GPS unit is mounted down in there, and the cable will just push down through there in a minute. So that's the front of the bike done. Okay, so for the rear camera, the Innovv control main unit is here. That will eventually be fastened down in there. And the rear camera, I'm thinking about just mounting it under here somewhere. So underneath the bike, you could actually go as far as to remove all this, but I don't think we need to. There's actually some clips that I'm going to use as well to fasten the wires up for here. So I'm going to stick the camera around here somewhere, up here somewhere, run the cable down, and then there's a hole here which will come up through the bike and back into the control unit. So to get this cable mounted through, I just had to pop out that plastic rivet there, which you now see is back in, and the cable runs up through there, over there, and back to the control unit. So I think what I'm going to do now is connect it all up and just make sure it's working before I start tidying everything up, ready to go. Okay, so the good news is it all works. Bad news is I've still got tied up these cables. However, I've run the ignition power cable thing off of the ignition fuse there and connected it up to the negative and the positive. Good thing is these cables just slot straight in under the screws there, so it's nice and easy. So I've confirmed everything works. You can see the front and rear camera. Now all I have to do is mount the camera to here. Now there's not actually anywhere particularly good to mount it on this bike. If I try and mount it on these screws, it's fouled up by this. So I think I'm going to have to use the adhesive and mount it under here. I can't really see anywhere else to mount it at the moment. So this is the adhesive system. You get 2 3M sticky pads. You put that through there, your little Allen screw, and that attaches to there like so. And then you take off your 3M adhesive pad and stick it on. Now the thing is, it means you've got to get it right before you screw it up, or before you tighten the screw up. So I'm going to do a couple of checks first before I go ahead with this, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare. Okay, so after lots of the problem is with this is once it's on, you can't really adjust this angle because the screw is already in there, which is awkward. But I think this should be okay like this. I think that's going to give us the best sort of overall angle. Because if I mount it too far down here, then it's going to be interfered with by the number plate. So I think here is the best place. It's a good idea just to give the underside either where you're going to do it with a bit of brake cleaner or a bit of alcohol, which is what I've already done. What you can adjust is, now my experience with these 3M pads is pretty good so far. I've got them on the Shiggy with the cameras on that, and they haven't come off on the front of the bike or the back. So I'm going to just tighten that up. Slightly more awkward from the back. Hold that in place for a while with some pressure, but I don't think that's going anywhere. Okay, so we have the cables tidied up as best as I possibly can. I might cable tie down these a bit more in a minute once I've got the seat on, but these are okay. I've just made sure that there's nothing that they are going past that's going to get too hot, etc, etc. Overall, fitting the Innovv K7 was actually quite a straightforward job. Once I'd figured out where it should go and mounted all the cables correctly, it actually went together really easily. I'm not massively happy with the front camera mounting, but I will look at another option later on. I mounted the control box up on its side so I could get easy access to the SD card should I need it. The remote control works really well and is in easy position to reach. To connect to the device, open up the Wi-Fi settings on your phone, connect to the Innovv K7 DDE5, put in a password which is in the manual, click connect and select always connect. Then open up the Innovv software which you can download from Play Store, and this will give you access to the camera and files that are recorded. You can also change the settings as well to your desire basically. I decided to change it to miles per hour and also check the parking settings. These are the settings which will sense when the bike gets moved when you're not with it. All that's left to do is go out for a ride. My wife managed to get out on her bike to test the cameras. The positioning needs adjusting, but I think you'll find it's actually reasonably good quality. It's not going to be as good as your GoPros or your DJIs, but it gives you enough to see what's going on around you. I think that the colours are a little bit washed out. It maybe isn't quite 4K that we would expect. However, this does not detract from the overall capture of the image. The stabilisation works pretty well too, leaving a really nice smooth video. So there we have it. The Innovv K7 is now installed on the Yamaha MT-07, and what a pretty straightforward install actually. The issues are the fact that you are running very long cables on a very small motorcycle, so there's lots of like cable gather and stuff like that. But it's pretty easy to do. You've just got to know to take off the right parts of the bike to get to the parts that you want, and you know you can play with that. You can choose where you run the cables. So what do I think of the Innovv K7? Well, overall, a really good device. Certainly adds to the security of your motorcycle for insurance purposes going forward. You know, if you have an accident, you have recorded that accident. There is no way someone can say something didn't happen or did happen because you have it on your mic, ready to go. So that is the plus for this. This is probably the only reason that you need a dash cam, unless you just like recording your rides. It's a bit of a pain with the brackets. The brackets at the front, you know, I wish there was more options to mount these things, because the brackets that come with it are quite fiddly. They're a little bit Meccano setty. You know, if you've got big hands like I have, it's quite hard to get in and actually tighten up the bolts properly, especially where I've mounted it at the front. And that is literally the only place I could find to mount this safely on the bike without getting too much interference from other parts of the bike. The headlight does interfere with the camera slightly on the left hand side. We're going to look at some other options, maybe get some different brackets to see if we can mount that better, but for now that's fine. The rear camera has been mounted with the tape, which again is okay, it's not ideal, but the actual placement of the camera is pretty good, and you can't see, it doesn't detract from the bike's look. So I think that's one thing I'll say with these cameras, is it doesn't detract from the bike's look. It doesn't add too much in terms of clutter. The controller on the front works really well. You've only got some lovely little lights that tell you when it's recording, when the GPS is connected, and when your Wi-Fi is working. You can press the button in the middle and that will save manually the recording. So without further ado, let's end the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Innovv for sending me this device for review. If you have any questions, pop them below. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Tom's TC. Bye.